Hey everyone, so let's talk about unexplained deaths for a moment. I know with Brittany Murphy's death being in the media, it brings up the question, how often is there no cause of death on a death certificate? It doesn't happen super often, but when it does, it's very frustrating for the family, for the funeral home. We want to be able to give families answers. We don't get to pick the cause of death. The doctors, medical examiners do, but for a family that doesn't have that answer, has this unresolved thing just kind of hanging out there, it's got to be frustrating. A lot of families just want some peace of mind, maybe as to that it was not preventable, that it was going to happen regardless, that their loved one didn't suffer, and especially if there's undetermined put on that death certificate, that leaves this huge open-ended thing that never is going to have resolve. So an autopsy can be done if the medical examiner requires it. They will take toxicology, they'll draw blood, they'll run it for all sorts of different things. They'll take samples of tissue, test those. Sometimes though, a cause of death does not manifest physically in the body. It just doesn't. There can be no trace of actually what stopped the person's heart and what made them die in the end. We've seen this also when Princess Diana died. It took a while for them to figure out what actually caused her death, because as the reports say, she was up and moving after the car accident and then all of a sudden dropped dead. They did eventually find a little hole in her heart that had been caused by the accident. I've also seen this where people get up and are talking after a car accident and then all of a sudden they drop dead and they have not found any cause of death. Some hypothesize almost like a whiplash scenario happens where the heart goes forward and back so fast because of that accident, it just throws it out of rhythm and then it just stops. But there's no physical track record in the body that you can see that can prove it. So sometimes they can give a best guess, but they may not find. Even with extensive autopsies where the spine is autopsied, the back of the legs, the back of the arms, all over the body is autopsied, they still can't find it. So undetermined deaths do not happen often, but when they do, very frustrating, I imagine, for the families.